my overlay on, and I've got something else sitting up there that I didn't. Oh, God. Hang on. Let's get out of this. There's that one.
And I'm just dressing myself properly here.
I haven't even done that.
Oh, it's taken me all day, mind you.
Raced in from watching NCIS on TV. It's the only thing I watch, and then I turn it off.
My parents just had to go out and buy a smart TV so they can now get that channel again.
I do miss it. I've watched them all now. As I'm watching them even now, like I know I've seen them all. So I don't know why I bother, but it's just one of those compulsions, isn't it? Oh, goody. We've got Marie here.
Hey, Marie.
Hey, Marie. And his mum.
Hey, Mum. She was probably watching NCIS too, knowing Dad.
Is it still going? I know how that one ends.
Hey, honey.
Oh, goodness. It was just, you get distracted at times, don't you?
You do. You really do.
Going down the rabbit holes and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So, yes, a quick finger brush through my hair. Hopefully I'm tidy and there's nothing green on my teeth and all that sort of stuff.
I can't see it. The camera's in the way. So I can't check for you. Sorry.
Oh, goodness. There's a lot of comments coming in. I think everyone's popping in. We've got Nicole. I'm just going to run through them. We'll say hi to everyone and there's, oh God, and it's going through too fast. So there's Nicole. Here's Nat.
Hey, Nat. How you going,
and
honey?
We've got Tyler.
Hey, Tyler.
Hi, and we've got Kat.
Hey, Kat.
I'm just running down the list. Does it seem like I'm doing this fast, Julie?
Hey, Julie.
Katia.
Hey, hun.
Oh, that's a longer sentence there.
I'm well. I haven't had time to ask Ross.
Oh my!
She wasn't.
Well, Dad wasn't watching it. Goodness.
Mum was probably on her phone or something, and Dad was watching.
And we've gotten to the first question. Can we please have please have a card on my job, please. Now, this is where I'm going to halt it slowly. No, halt it a little bit, only because, you know how we go down the rabbit holes and the rest, and we, what Friday's Intuitive Chat is about it's an intuitive chat. It's not just about readings and the rest, although we do like to fit them in for the last half. It sort of works out the last half, doesn't it, Leanne?
Yeah,
it
does.
To that after. I'm just reading your message. Oh, good, hon. Oh, cool. I just saw it.
Oh, message I sent you. Oh,
okay. Oh, sorry. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just sucking out a piece of herb from my teeth.
Green stuff.
Well, I actually had to cook for myself tonight.
Oh, that's a bit rude.
I did a pizza and, plain, because I'm not as good a cook as the other one that usually is here, but he isn't. So, what do I put on the bottom? This is going down the rabbit hole again. The pizza dough happened to be in the freezer, so I thawed it out a couple of days and I thought I better use it. So that's when I first discovered it's not that easy to knead dough with 1 and a bit hand. So I tried that. That's fine. And then I needed to use the rolling pin, and that's not so easy to do a rolling pin with one hand, really, because I couldn't put I've been trying to do too much with this today, and that's why it's tired, sore, and I'm hoping I didn't do anything naughty. And so I did get it done. So, tomato sauce, the cheese, and the avocado, and whatever else I put on it, tomato slices, and some pepperoni, and some ham, and what you put on pizza. Jolly nice, but I did have some herbs on it. So hence, I've got some in my teeth.
I would have got frustrated with the roller and sat there banging the shit out of it, having dents.
Look, I did actually manage to do it but I did notice that I got cheese Right, so I had to wash that
That's
because I
still
got that
on.
on the edge. All the rest. So I do have to roll another of my arm socks again. So anyway, what was I going to? I said this is the rabbit hole. I had a really nice afternoon yesterday with my sister, and we were watching the baby bunny rabbit that's sitting on the lawn where they were having. They'd hide, you do the B&B stuff like we do on the weekends. They do them in the middle of the weeks everywhere. And they happened to be staying at Middleton, and I was playing Yahtzee and stuff yesterday. And it was really nice watching this little rabbit. Didn't stay there long, but it was there. And we'd come up occasionally with the, you get to talking, a lot we're talking now, and to be in the middle of something and you'd forget it, what you're talking about. And I'm sure there's quite a few out there who are the 60 plus that might be finding the same thing. You're sounding like you recognise that type of thing happening.
Sort of. Have the moments occasionally. I think for me, I find that I've got a lot going on in my head, and I'm like having a conversation with somebody today. They're talking, and I'm going, shit, I haven't done that. I am listening to the conversation that I am having and whatnot, but yeah, and I get distracted a lot.
Yes, it is. Hang on. Look, there's the comment Kat's put.
Rocky Road.
You heard the avocado on pizza? Yeah, I did. It was in the fridge. And I just saw that. Any Rocky Road for dessert? The Rocky Road's coming up next weekend.
Yes, Thursday. We're on the road.
Yeah, and there's already the ingredients that Tony's going to be using to make the Rocky Road. It's in the pantry. And have a look at what I made ready for that. This is going all over the place today. Hang on, have a look. We'll do this as solo.
There we go. Oh yeah, no, it's playing now. Oh, cool. Love it.
Oh, and I'll put that one on. Cute, isn't it?
You are very clever. Well done.
I went to put that on my Google My Business site and I had it rejected. And I think it's because it's got that last URL in the back end of it as a video. I don't know. It got rejected anyway, so I've got to recreate that. I've got no idea what the music is, Kat. It's one of those things that you find in Canva. It goes with a video.
You did that in Canva. That's come out really well.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
I reckon.
What's that one? Ross, hope you haven't forgot my question. Oh, look, I probably have, Nicole. It's way back there somewhere.
She does have a digital track of that one. She can go.
We'll get back to them. We will get back to them.
I love it.
Look, I suppose because it's so easy to go down the rabbit hole when you're actually doing stuff on the internet. And I have been on the internet all over the place today pretty much because I really want to get some of the other stuff working well, which the other stuff being Google My Business. I've found most people tend to be, when you're asking about something as you're traveling around and you've got your phone in hand, you just Google it.
That's it. You've done that a few times in the past when we're driving along chat. I was like, I'll just look that up.
Yeah, and now I've got Siri listening in. I didn't turn that off. So, you do Google it, and most that I've had coming here, who inquire or, actually end up being paid customers, clients, whatever, I'd ask and they've Googled it. And I sort of think, it's lovely being on Facebook and being in the social networks and everything, but we still Google things. If we want to find out how to do something, we're going to YouTube and finding out how to watch a video. Yep. Or it shows up in the Google search, how to in Google, and you get directed to YouTube because Google owns YouTube. It's all of that, and you get going down these rabbit holes. And where did I start?
At the top of the rabbit hole, watching the baby rabbit.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was doing something on the Google, then I went to
Yeah.
Canva to have a look, see what was wrong with that, and then I went back to something else because I was searching for that because I needed to know that, and then I opened up what I'm doing with a course I'm doing some study on and the rest in hopes of doing it, and I got
Yeah.
distracted to something else. You know the drift, don't you?
Definitely. And you're probably like me, Roz, on the top of I know you've got a Mac, but on the top of my PC, I have a million windows open, and then
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like you're
Yeah.
accidentally closing the wrong ones and, yeah,
Yeah,
doing
the
too many
tabs would be
projects at
there and
once.
open, yeah,
Yeah,
quite heaps. And of
that's it.
course, when you're actually starting to, I wanted to keep them open, but when you're starting to do live streaming, you've got to close them all down so you're not
Yeah,
stressing your
slows you
system,
down.
or it hangs up,
That's
it
it.
cuts out, etc. So if they're
Yeah.
all closed, all I've got is the Be Live Studio and a Facebook. That's it.
I've got 5 open at the moment, and I did close half a dozen before we
Yeah.
started,
But
so
part of the process in all this distraction or all this chasing the rabbits type stuff, there
yeah.
was a YouTube video that really caught my attention because, and I don't know whether it was because the song had come up in my mind or whether it was because I'd looked for it because the song had come up in my mind. I don't know which, the chicken and the egg, which one
Yeah.
was first. Doesn't matter. But it is those sorts of things that it really brings home some of the importance of what's happening around our world, how much it's based on fear, and yet that's
Yeah.
really not what we're about. We're about love and peace. And
Mm.
that's how I'm going to end tonight. And just as a pre-warning to everyone, we are going to finish just a slight bit earlier because I want to watch a particular show that's on at 9:30. Who is going to be it's going to be on my time, so you can hang around and keep watching mytimetv.live because it's about keto chocolate.
I'm trying to diet, but that's a good chocolate, isn't it?
I don't know, I'm going to find out.
I love it.
Yeah, so but anyway, it as part of the process of how we do chase the rabbit sometimes, it really does bring home, especially after, and I can't quite remember what cards we had this morning, but one of them was, I'll just see if I can get that open, that I had this morning, was the moon bringing things to light as part of like our role. It really is sitting in that nurturing and gentle feminine energy that the moon is. So
Yeah.
that, we do go in cycles. We do have those moments where we need to nurture ourselves, because I know that you've been encouraging people along
Mm.
that line as well.
Yeah.
And it's that those moments that you notice where there's something that really brings forward an aha moment for
Yeah.
us. And I think that did it for me today, as far as just seeing this particular explanation of what the Assalamu alaikum, and I don't know if I've pronounced that properly, but I'll do that to finish off because it's just so nice. And we will get to the cards. I haven't been scrolling through the
Yeah, I'm
cards
reading the
at all.
comments. Look at the way I'm listening.
I haven't been looking through it all. Sorry, people. I went down a rabbit hole, didn't I? I'm on a soapbox.
Slightly.
um,
Oh.
what for you would you say in the last week would have been, and I know I've given you a lot of notice on this one, what for you would be your what sticks in your mind as being an aha moment? And even for everyone that's there in the chat, put in there, just have a bit of a think. What's been a really something that you remember through the last week that really brings forward to you an aha moment or something that was really a blessing for you, that type of thing. So, yes.
I love the timing of this, Roz, because there has been a lot going on, sort of thing. And I have just in the last 48 hours sort of had the thing where I needed to choose whether I wanted to do something for me and put me first, or did I want to include others in that sense. And after looking at pros and the cons and everything, I knew I needed to go back to focusing on me and what I do and do best type of thing. So I guess my biggest aha moment to the question you just asked me was 5 minutes ago when you said we need to nurture us, sort of thing. Because a big part of me has been feeling guilty in making that decision and choosing me. Where I always say to people, don't feel guilty by putting yourself first and looking after you, sort of thing. So I guess for you to just sort of say what you did a few minutes ago sort of resonated with me and went, hang on, Leanne, as much as I've had that conversation with somebody, explain where I'm coming from, and have chosen me, I still feel like I've let somebody down, sort of thing. So, I guess for me, it is not about feeling guilty when I put myself first for once in a situation, sort of thing. So, yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I love your timing.
I think
And it's funny
too.
because I've
Yeah,
spoken to my husband about how I feel, why my reasoning was, and all that sort of stuff. But it didn't stop me feeling sick from making that choice. But I was willing to
yeah,
stand by that choice, if you know what I mean. That
yes.
sort of thing. So the GNTs. I might have to
Nothing
try
here.
one of these GNTs one day, I reckon.
I haven't even got the bottle open. Well, it's not here yet.
And I've
No.
only got water.
I like this comment that Nat's put. Wow, I'm dizzy just listening to that, Ros. Rabbits galore. Would love a card. Yeah, we we will get some cards happening.
She's
Um,
bringing your focus back from the rabbit hole to the
well,
cards. I like
yes,
that.
yes, I needed that. Oh, look, to try and unravel so much of how we understand what the world's
Yeah.
doing, what's happening, with so much that is actually fear based. And I really do encourage
Yeah.
people to actually feel into that central, our heart space is where we start from. And, to put the love into whatever we're doing, it's got to spread more love and
Yeah.
dissipate that fear. Because I was reading the bits and pieces or something somewhere, the rabbit holes.
Yep.
The digital certificates, whatever you call them, the vax
Yeah.
passports, all that sort of stuff, the whole lot around so much that is regulation, which is going to be put into law, which is bypassing this and that and everything else to narrow down what are, rights. Do we have any rights besides being who we are? We've got to have governments. There's so many different arguments in whatever way it can be constructed to justify the end means. And really, we just want to be living peacefully in, comfortable style, I suppose, is what everybody's expectation is, that we have food, shelter, and water, clean air, all of that. And
Yeah.
it does mean we have to have governments to do that. But it's also the way that we treat each other in that process. And I sort of think, just so sad. There's so much that's happening that's encouraging people to be angry against each other instead of loving
Yeah.
to each other. And I suppose I've just gotten tired of that today and
Yeah.
thinking, and you go down rabbit
That's it.
holes.
Exactly. And that's the thing. There has been so much in heightened energy that we have a lot of the time forgotten to sit in that loving energy. And the more we can do that, but also
Mm,
bring the love back within, the more balance we find. And I guess when we do sort of keep putting other people first and struggle to focus on us, we are putting more love out there in that sense. I just found it hard today because the person that I needed to make that decision with is such a beautiful, loving, caring soul herself, sort of thing. So,
mm,
we've got to find a balance.
mm.
And yeah, Deb said she's been struggling to put herself first. And I think moving forward, I honestly feel that the way this energy is going, we're being asked to focus on ourselves more. Sandra's saying she's
Yeah,
been feeling guilty for the last few weeks.
yeah,
Honey, please
that's
don't. You've got
aware I
nothing
saw
to
that.
feel guilty about. So,
Yeah, it does come back. We are here in a world that, the way that we're encouraged with, and it's marketing, sales, I don't know, capitalism, it's whatever it is, but we're to be selfish in the selfish way rather than being self-caring. And we're sold so much, this will make you happy, this will do this and that and the rest, when really it's taken away our own sense of being in touch with ourselves, being able to nurture ourselves without the stuff. We forget what it feels like to actually know our own body. And that's, for me, I'm pro-choice with anything, and all things. We have choice and we can choose to spend time for ourselves that is nurturing, that is feeding our soul, that is bringing in for ourselves that self-love and the confidence of knowing we are okay being who we are, just as we are, in our uniqueness and imperfections, and interacting with each other in real relationship, honestly, instead of, surface BS that sometimes floats around on social media and stuff. Oh, did I leave that comment up? Whoops. I must have hit a button. Sorry about that.
That's all good. I just noticed Suzanne's comment there, and Spirit's drawn me to what I'm about to sort of say in a second. She says, I feel selfish and beat myself up if I do put myself first. Now, for probably the last 2 or 3 years, I have been saying to so many people, be selfish, okay? Because we do need to bring the focus back onto us. We need to do what is needed for us to move forward. But there's 2 different sorts of selfish, and this is probably the best way I can explain it. You've got the selfish that sits in the ego form, and then you've got the selfish that comes from the heart space. If you are sitting in the heart space, you are coming from that love, that right place. When you get in the head and the ego in that side, that is the negative, selfish sort of side of it. So if you continue to work from the heart space, you're always going to get that flow on effect sort of thing in the positive way. So, I think it was Kerry Denise put up a post on her page a week and a half ago, maybe a couple of weeks now. I hope it was time-wise, how that is with me. She said one of her
anyway.
That's it. One of her posts was talking about I choose me, and I had a read of it and I thought, this is just so perfect. And that's something when I'm doing things now, I constantly in the back of my mind going, I choose me. And then I sort of think, well, what is the best outcome for me? Because if I do what's right for me, it's going to have that flow on effect for others as well.
Yeah. I like how Sarah's actually put it there too, as far as always put myself first, and that's not in the selfish way. It's if I'm not feeling great, I'm no good to anyone else.
Exactly.
You need to actually fill your own bucket first so that you can be that heart full, that fullness. And the term self-full that Kat mentions there too,
I love it.
I'm reading some of the comments. I sort of think that's why I'm looking down. That's why I put myself this way, but I'm not quite looking at you, am I?
I need to turn that way so I look like I'm looking at you. Yes, Roz.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
It
is. Yeah. Now that was a rabbit hole I can't get out of. What did I say? I haven't been drinking, people. I really haven't. I am tired, and it has been a bit of a culmination of seeing what's happening in the world and stuff. And I'm like, did someone say something? I'll fill your rabbit cage first.
Perfect. We can have a good giggle without alcohol. We don't normally do alcohol very often.
So we might go back and start doing some of these cards, because they really can. And that's the other thing, all this stuff that we have and do and all the rest. It is wonderful to have the tools that we've got to be able to even share like this. And that's the other thing. I've got this going out to the 5 different locations. It's going to my YouTube page. It's going to mytimetv.live, my Boundy page, my Boundy profile, I think. But I remembered to add Leanne Winston's psychic medium page this time on the 5 that I can do through B.live. So we can send to 5 spaces and places at the same time, and I love that factor. Because I don't have to remember to actually ask now. If you're over on Leanne's page, do make sure to come onto mytimetv.live so that I can see it, because you're already here. It shows up. But if you're on other places that a friend has shared any of these, the links that we're on, you will need to come over to either of those 5 destinations. So continue to share it out. That's fine.
Yeah.
And welcome to those who may have drifted in on replay at this point in time, or something, or late, or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's lovely.
Just get in for later on.
Yeah. So, yes, we have had a little chat, wandered around the place, down the holes, rabbits and everything. So we're going to get some cards, though. And I suppose
rabbit food. I did have carrot for tea.
Nah, didn't. You don't put carrot on pizza.
No. Oh, no.
No, tomato. Who was the first one? There we go. So this is what we have. It was Nicole who was the first one wanting a card. So let's go to Nicole.
Okay, now on your job, honey, the card I have pulled for you is the Lion card. Let the inner roar empower you. Stand in your power, stand in your strengths, hun. Speak up to overcome those hurdles that you're facing at the moment when it comes to work.
And it almost feels like, and what this is saying, it's a time for spiritual beginnings and the birth of new things. So unexpected news is coming. So with that, it's always a joy to expect that newness of new babies and that sort of news. So as far as for your job, expect something exciting coming up. It's not just going to be, the same old and fixing stuff. It's going to be growing a different pathway for you. It's going to be like it is a birth of either a new job that you're going to see and go for, but I'm not sensing that. I think it's just something new within what you're doing currently.
Yeah. And can I just add, because Spirit's sort of stepping in while you were talking then, Roz, Nicole, I know you've been through a lot the last few years. I actually feel like there's more clarity coming. So things are going to start to fall into place. Getting closer to Christmas, things are going to start working out the way they need to. So just trust and surrender in that energy. Okay. Hey, Russell.
And Peanuts. I just heard a car door across the road close, so I knew that they were going to start. So there you go. And look, Mum, I hope Dad's enjoying his red wines. I just noticed that.
Dad's had too many. He's in trouble when he knows it, so he's let Mum have control of the TV. I'm reading between the lines there. I know my father well. He spent the day with a friend, so I knew that wasn't going to work out well, that one.
And what's next with RM and myself, no contact. Please, will we speak again? Now, this Glitter Bee is actually on YouTube. That's why it's a square box, which is welcome, because it's the first time we've had a comment through from YouTube.
Oh, we've got Jane there too with YouTube. I just went looking through the list.
Yeah, and I'm just looking and thinking, it's probably the first time I've actually put it on YouTube as a direct live stream too. Yeah. So welcome. So what's next?
The card I pulled out is the Infinity card. So that never-ending circle of energy that just keeps coming back around. So to your question, I get yes.
And I think too that there's a level of you're on fire as far as it's almost like not the kick up the arse. It's like it says take control, find the fire deep within your soul. But I think even a fire, it can be set but not lit to start with. So I think you're going to need to take some responsibility and take some action and light that fire too. Actually put the match to it so that you are getting it burning, so you're getting that energy happening. So it is within your control or choice to be able to
come
do
from the
that.
heart space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and there's so many names there to say hello. I'm not going to put them all up now. Do I put them all up now? No. No, we want to
Just
finish
hi to
time
everyone.
early, don't we? Sort of.
Yeah. We could just quickly run through like Emily, Kim, Tali,
Yeah.
Kellyanne, Emma,
Yes.
Yari, Willis, Jasmine, Mandy. Hi all.
Yes, there's Mel, there's Amani. Marns? Oh, Marns. Oh, that's a question. There we go. That was mentioned after my avocado on pizza. I got to put that one in. So, will you get a new job soon?
I got the dream catcher for you. So have that clear goal of what it is you want and stick to it, because that energy will come through. So yes.
And certainly with being playful on the dolphins, having fun, find your inner child, it really is leading on to that more adventurous side of, the discovery of a new job. It's really expecting that adventure and wow, have some fun with it. So yes,
Yeah.
I agree. I'm one of those people. Oh, now I don't know what that was. We've said a lot over the rabbit holes, haven't we?
Probably somebody that's good at putting everybody else before herself.
And Debbie's mentioned, enjoy following our Friday nights. That
Yeah.
wasn't a question
Thank
one.
you,
So
honey.
yes, we've got Debbie here and Sandra and Kat. Yeah, we've already got Kat because I put that one up. That was about the music. Kat. Oh, this is another Kat. Is there a wonderful man waiting for me? Let's have a looky.
I get cheeky playful.
Yeah.
So the third eye, honey, is very much about trusting your intuition. Ask the questions. Trust what you get back in that side of it. Okay, the knowing without the knowing.
And it is like you're going to be, the lock and key. You've got that key. So release your fears, unlock your inner power and strength, and know and expect that, there is a wonderful man waiting for you. Okay, cool. Karina, Mandy. Oh, are these the names you were reading before? And a Paula saying
No, I didn't say any of those. I don't think I said Karina or Paula.
Susan, a Karina, good evening. Oh, her friend's dad passed away recently, unexpectedly. Is there any messages from him?
My heart goes out to your friend. Okay. I actually read that in the comments before, and I got the shortness of breath, the heaviness to the chest. So whether English would help, whether he passed from the heart, lungs, chest area, I felt like I was taking on the physical side of it. Okay, I do feel he is very much at peace. And I just get your friend needs to give herself permission to grieve. Okay.
And there's that wonderful word of peace.
Yeah.
Peace. He is at peace. And Wendy is also wondering if there's anything for her. So we'll draw a card for that for Wendy. Is there anything else that you want to say besides just drawing a card for her?
Wendy, I get stress. I feel like I've got tension across my forehead with you. And the card I pulled out is the path. You're on the right path. It's not an easy path all the time, but believe in the journey that you're on.
And continuing that, believe in the journey that you're on, the wings and the fact this is a butterfly being, as far as the illustration goes, isn't it gorgeous? It really is about that transformation and spreading your wings and taking flight. It's only you yourself that are putting the limitations on there. You just fly. And as much as it can be difficult at times, it still is it's that freedom of flight, isn't it? And making that choice to do so. Yeah. And Debbie, next one, I needed to show up the comment. Did you throw something down? Did you drop something?
No, I've stashed my husband's part of Christmas present under my desk and I'm kicking it. I was thinking, what if I kicked? I forgot I put it there out of sight for 5 minutes.
Christmas presents.
Yeah, scary.
Already. What are we? Totally, yeah, that's
nearly
scary.
November. It's less than 8 weeks away, Ross.
Well, I don't
No, a couple of days. It'll be
Christmas
8
Eve,
weeks.
if I think of it. And I
My
don't
husband would love to
always,
shop like that.
I don't
Think of
always
anything
remember.
else.
Can you tell
Debbie,
us
the
a big
card
deal?
that I have pulled for you is look at the connections that surround you. Trust in that inner voice as well, honey, and be heard. Stand in your power. All right, communication is the key.
And plan new goals. The dream catcher. make time to follow your dreams. I actually think and feel that surety, you know, that it's a weird spelling in the name, surety. Anyway, however it's spelled, it's hard to say properly. It's the word that's there, surety. Spirit saying surety. It's almost like it's an Irish word. Know it that your dreams are going to come true. That's what I was getting. So, yeah. And further down, Susan, she'd love a card as well. Or did we do
Hey,
one? No,
Susan.
I'm just going down the list, so please don't write it twice or you might get double and have someone else miss out.
The card I have pulled for you, honey, is the breath. So release what no longer serves you. Find that inner energy and that balance at the moment, okay? Take that nice deep breath.
And knowing that that's done, put the intention in your breath too to bring forward more of that abundance. When you would actually think on how much you have in your life, an abundant life, but breathe in more so that it actually opens up more to receive. Okay, that's what we're getting from that card.
Beautiful.
Okay. Now, where did we get to? What's the next one down under that? You get them in the same order I do, don't you?
Yeah, but I'm reading the ones as they come through at the bottom.
We had a guy at our villas today proposed to his lady. And she said yes. Oh, that's lovely.
Sweet.
Beautiful.
The romance is still alive.
Yes, isn't it? That's beautiful. And we're heading down. What's the floors? Do you remember the times where you go in the elevators that they'd have the attendant saying whatever floor it was?
Yeah, I'm thinking Harris Castle with the old clunky leaves the cage door over the front.
Yeah, and I was thinking John Martin's, which it's not there anymore, is it at all?
Oh yeah, Harris Castle is to a degree, isn't it, in the city?
But it's partly, yeah.
It's not like it used to be.
Still the car park there, I think. Hey, it's been a long time since I've been in the city centre.
Oh, no, me too.
I'm trying to find where I'm up to. Here's Joan Lister on YouTube.
Hey, Joan.
Presuming she's still there.
Yeah, we've got Rums on YouTube coming through too. And Mandy. Wow.
And Joan has plan new goals. Make time to follow your dreams. So if that's what your dream is, that you want to have beautiful things happen in your love life, guess what?
I love it. Yay. And I love the card that's come out, the Infinity card, because that energy that you put out is coming back around as well, honey.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I reckon.
And did we do one for Keza? No, we didn't do a card for Keza yet. We did bring a comment up, didn't we? Oh,
I've just noticed there's a scammer. I'll just see if I can take care of that.
Well, Keza, here we have, and that's where if you do see any of the spamming type comments, don't respond to them. Don't put a comment under, because when they get banned and whatever you call it,
blocked and banned.
Yeah, that sort of thing. You go with it. Don't put your comments under. Well, that's what it used to do. I've not taken any notice. But for you, Keza, you've got the tree, reconnect with Mother Earth. Grounding brings balance, and it take the time out to restore your energy. So you did mention the other day that you're not getting as much sleep as you normally have done. So really do make the conscious effort to get out in Mother Nature to suck in that beautiful energy, to give yourself that regenerative time to sleep as well, bring that beautiful deep breath of nature.
Sorry, I was laughing because I've seen Nat's comment. She used to be a lift lady for the years in the city. First floor ladies' fashions, children's wear, shoes. I love the way that just flows off the tongue.
I couldn't think of what was on the floors to emulate that. You did it so well.
I love it. Haberdashery. Wear. Exit to the car park. That was the one I always lost, was the exit to the car park.
I'm going to go to Mandy as a YouTuber as well. That's what it's showing up to me. and it's showing an avatar. That's gorgeous flowers or something there.
It is.
I've started doing the random like you do because it's not the next in line. I
And I'm
know.
upside down. So, honey, the rise card is what I've pulled for you at the moment. Get in touch with your true self. Enjoy that moment, okay? And sit in that moment too.
And part of that can actually be like Inkwell and Quill. It's looking carefully at agreements and be careful what you sign, but it's also, it's writing. It's words. It's what you're putting down on paper. It's things that you're actually expressing as well. It's not just the legal stuff. So certainly spend some time, probably even with a journal as part of that process. Yep.
Yeah.
And Rashina is there just under that one of Mandy's. So I thought, well, we might do that.
Oh, the card I've pulled for you, honey, is be creative, express yourself, learn something new. So I feel like you need something to focus on at the moment.
And with that creativity, judgment, to me, it's don't put any judgment on it. Just be creative and really have a wonderful time in setting yourself free from what your limitations are, and ignore the words on this card because I don't think that's anything to do with what your palette and being creative is.
Yeah.
Just
Sometimes
let it free.
That judgment can come back within ourselves, the pressure we put on ourselves.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying don't be judgment. Don't judge it. Don't be judgmental of what you're wanting to create.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, Spirit just reminded me it's quite interesting watching energies, different people at the moment, because we are starting to see a little bit more judgmental side of people coming out at the moment with what's going on in the universe. So,
yeah, sometimes I really think humanity needs a kick up the arse and say, stop it.
Yeah.
Just be loving.
My judgment when I find myself in the judgment sort of energy. My answer for everything is each to their own. We all do what serves the purpose in our life. And so that's why I deal with judgment.
Yes. Now, what I was looking at, and we're each going to have our whatever number of millions of people there are in the world. It's going to be a different interpretation of it too. I'm sort of thinking, yes, he passed in his sleep due to heart problems. That was the one who you'd sensed before. Yeah, so that was just confirming that. Marie, Millican, is there a partner out there for me? Well, there you go.
I got yes.
Yes, look, abundance.
Yes.
You'll have them reeling in.
Any, many, money, mo.
Yeah. Now, I did see here, obviously, I think that there probably is a need for to have the in-depth readings. That's not the spammer, is it? No.
Well, looking at the comments further down, I get the feeling I'm not a nice person.
Yeah, that's right. That's a spammer.
Yep.
So report.
I have blocked through my time.
Yeah.
And removed it, but obviously it still shows on the feed.
I saw one of the first ones, so I didn't see the further down. That's where, going random can probably be a better thing, going to the bottom first and work up. But there you go. What I'm going to do now, though,
can I just say hello to Alison, first-time viewer?
Yeah, I just noticed that one. I thought, well, I'll share this one. I'm going to actually make that the last one because of what I actually want to do, just to finish off tonight, because it's just something that I was, anyway, I'll explain that shortly. So as a first-time viewer, would like to have a few details on her next rental move. Now, will I get paid out to leave here? When is it all coming down? It's a very long question.
And it's going to be drawn out.
It's lovely to have that detail.
Yeah. My quick answer to that, honey, is it's going to be drawn out, but I do feel that you can come to an agreement that might not be exactly what you want, but it's something positive.
Okay. And I'm thinking it is just, sometimes the webs that we weave can be a little tangled. I'm just feeling that it's going to be a bit sticky, but it's going to work out though. So as far as how you're needing to sort your moves, rentals and things like that, as Leanne said, which I've forgotten to listen.
Thanks, Ross. I usually say that to my husband, are you listening to me?
Well, I was
He
sort
goes,
of trying
yes.
to read if there was anything else I needed to do here, but no.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that, and it is what I wanted to sort of finish on, was passing on peace rather than just, finishing saying hi and all the rest and playing this, which I'm going to show you now with the music again because I want to, just because I can.
We can't hear what you're saying, Ross.
What?
We can't hear what you're saying over the music.
Does it not play? Right. Because we're going to be there next weekend, like this time next week, we'll be at Mount Gambier, but we're going to be going to Bordertown on the Thursday. So I wanted to get that out there before I sort of just finish. Now that didn't work, did it? I can still see his comments coming up.
I'm trying to work out where he's coming through.
Oh, well, just ignore it and I'll go back and tidy it up after we've finished. Maybe. Because it's something that came up in my mind. I wanted to just sing through a few lines of it, as far as it's just that blessing of the Assalamu Alaikum. And I don't really want to have me on being watched while I'm singing it. And I couldn't quite find the right, I didn't spend any time actually looking for the right video to go with it because I went down another rabbit hole, didn't I?
I probably distracted you early, did I? My
But
little favour.
It's that one where, like, and I don't know whether it's whether it's pronounced right or not as far as me with an Australian accent goes, but it's the way that we actually learnt it at the singing group that I was in, and it was a few years ago now, as far as that blessing goes. And one of the ladies who comes on fairly regularly said, well, that's peace be with you, it's what it means. And when I saw the YouTube about it today, that's what it was. It's an Islam understanding. I suppose it's an Arabic word. I don't know for sure. And I thought, well, it'd be really nice if only, but I don't know whether you know. You wouldn't know it. Anyway, it's been confusing, aren't I? It'd be nice
over my head.
It is around, but I don't think that would work if you don't know it.
No.
But because the blessing that we do with Namaste, I mean, that's the recognition of co-spirits, and I can't remember the actual definition of it, but I know it's something that I do and use quite frequently, is the Namaste. And several times through the day today, I actually had the Assalamu Alaikum come into my head as the song that I'd done. So I thought, well, we'd just finish off on that, just as a blessing of passing the peace on and around, because it really does feel for me that we need to be concentrating more on love, the unconditional love, the peace that brings from within self and out to what is a struggling humanity at the moment. And I think we need to just express that more often. So I'll try and sing it, and I'm not worried about what it looks like. So I'm not expecting you to. Do you want me to do it solo? Solo that we hide down and
You do not want to hear me sing, believe me. My family tell me constantly to shut up in the car when I'm singing or music.
Well, my kids used to, but then I thought, well, I'd use another word, but we're public. I said, bugger it. So I'm just going to. So for any that know it or a form of it, just for the benefit of others, to sing it out loud if you can, or from within your heart, and have that intention of spreading the peace around.
Yeah.
So it basically goes, and I've got to put myself in the right frame. Assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum, Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. And namaste.
Beautiful. Namaste.
Till next week.
Yeah.
Thank you, Leanne.
You're
And
welcome.
everybody
Thanks,
here.
Thanks for